my 17-year-old cat, Tigon. T-I-G-O-N, a cross between a tiger and a dragon. What baby? She yawns. When she yawns, she tries to talk. She talks. What, honey? She asked for a treat, so I better give her a treat. I hope you don't mind. I got you. I got you. The other day, she turned down one of her favorite treats for this treat, or she wants the chicken, not just the cranberry. It was pretty amazing. She's never turned down a treat. Well, she turned down a treat a long time ago. She didn't like the chewy kind. She likes the crunchy. So I have to wipe that because did you know that you can like pick up stuff on your fingers at the pet store? All right, I'm on. Let's get some of this honey water. Great, here I am. How are you? I'm Corin. How's your day? It's random. Let's go. Anybody that would like to stretch with me? You get your space and you make sure that nobody's going to be walking down the hallway. Even the cat, like, baby, go on the couch and go lay. See, she probably wants to play right now, and I will play with her later. Okay, go on the couch and go lay. Go on the couch, go lay. Good girl. Hey, so I gotta make sure everything's out of the way, you know? So that's the second thing you do. First you get your space, and then you make sure everything's out of the way, and you got your space. And then you start sort of like flying, you know? It's okay to immediately get in the flying position, unless you haven't done as many bathtub stretches as me. Probably not. If you have, please let me know, because I do have bathtub videos where I show you how to stretch in the tub. But I'm not to be held liable if you do hurt yourself, because most of these are like laying down and you have to make sure that you keep your head above the water. So I do those, and I'm constantly, like, I could have had more on the neck. So instead, I'll just get my masseuse to give me a massage tomorrow. Oh my God, I'm so much looking forward to that. Let's see. Hey, maybe I'll even go live. I don't know. And maybe I'll just take a picture. You'll see, maybe I'll surprise you. So today we're doing some stretching, and let's go. So that's what we do. We basically get our space, we make sure it's safe, nobody's around, nobody's gonna hurt you. And you just raise up. So I don't know about you, but sitting on the couch and like watching TV sucks. I mean, I love TV, but I'd rather lay back in my bed with my Gorilla Pod with my phone looking at social media when I fall asleep. So what you want to do is just get in that space and like sprawl out, because now you're safe, right? Like, you can't do this in the middle of the house unless you know that your family is definitely, you know, you've got them secure, right? So I have anybody in this house secure, like in the room, like, don't come out please, because unless it's an emergency, right? So basically the reason is because I don't want you to get hurt, because I'm going to be over here like creating my space. And we have a very big space right here, but it's not that big. There's a wall right there, so you gotta be careful. And that's why, that's the speed at which the tempo that you do your Stretchercises. That's a couch that I could like hit my leg on. This beam right here is gonna actually be a good display for today because I'm gonna be able to like, I don't know, I'm not gonna do too much today because for some reason what I ate last night kind of like didn't agree with me. And so I don't have all my energy. I don't know if you can tell, because normally I'm all smiles and today I'm just like, ugh. But I took a really hot bath, I did my stretches, I did my self-massage techniques on my shoulders and my pressure points. I elevated my legs. I sat there and sat there and sat there, which is good for your schedule, right? Because if you don't have anything to do, which you have things to do, but you need to put those things after you take care of yourself. So it's like self-care first and then do your meetings. And if you're an entrepreneur like me, then you could settle those in onto your schedule however you like. Hey guys, thank you very much. So who's in their space right now? I would love to know because I feel somebody like got into their space. Maybe a few people, I would hope so. And now, did you notice that you could raise your arms up more easily? Because before, you don't want to knock someone out, right? Just like, boop. So you don't want to do that. So you want to like make sure that, you know, because like, I guess when I was younger, I mean, I just used to work out on every area, you know, boom, 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 boom. But the stronger I got, the more I realized that I should be careful around, you know, especially since there's others in the house. Hey, how are you? Yeah, but I'm used to living by my own anyway, so I'm like working it out, like, you know, like just all day, and I can't really do that here until right now, right? And even now I'm a little worried because remember when I was doing a live and my mom came down the hallway with her walker and I told her I wasn't going to, so nothing's gonna be really vigorous. Anything vigorous is gonna be back here. That way you guys can warn me first, and then, no, just kidding. That's my mother we're talking about, right? She gets the best care out of anybody because she gave birth to me. So anyway, people are privileged, and that's awesome. My heart is full, and I'm ready to like just, so all you do is you just get in your space, and I know it took a long time to get there, right? See, it's because the torso needs to expand. Like somebody showed me something once. If you lie on your back on the floor. I also don't advise that if there's other people living in the house. But you know, but if you like have a lock on your door and you have enough space to where you can't hit your head anywhere, then by all means, I recommend putting a sheet down and laying on your back and just letting your whole body fall into the universe and trust that the great spirit above is shining down on us in a way that wants us to prosper, right? If we want to prosper, then the mighty all-being also wants us to prosper. So you can fly now, you can like flap your wings, and I recommend these circulars. They're really good for me. I just love them. Yeah, I looked at a video a year ago, I was way more in shape, and that's because, like, my poor neighbors, I was always dancing and singing. I was, like, singing to Madonna and shit. It was, like, it was off the chain, like, you know, you must be my lucky star. Like, just wake up, like, you know, and then you feel like the whole building. And then on the balcony working out. Yeah, so when I live by myself, I was really, 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 really active. And now I'm more active in the tub, like, okay, I got this space, I'm gonna melt in the water, and that's all I could do. That's one thing I wanted to share. If you feel like working out is overwhelming, that's what I like about Stretchercise, because It also gauges how much working out you are capable of doing. Remember, it's not about how much you want to do, it's how much you can do. So be realistic. Like, be realistic. Like, can I do this? And also be a realistic. I just made a new proverb up. Be a realistic person and know what you can do, right? And then if you think you can't do it, always say, I can do it, I can do it, I could do it. Like the train going up the hill. Remember the story growing up? I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. Right? And that puts you in motion. Now you start moving your shoulder. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you, Lorenzo. That's very kind of you. Hey, you know what? You take what you can get in life. If someone loves you, you gotta love them back. I love you guys. So now I'm doing a little bit of these shoulder shrugs, right? Shoulder shrug, shoulder shrug. To the ear, to the ear. Now these aren't to be mistaken with the rolls. So these are the shoulder rolls. Okay? By the way, I started making videos for brands, and well, I guess I've been doing it technically because brands have been placing ads in my videos for a long time now, and since 2020. So I'm very blessed to announce that, oh, and I just became a YouTube BrandConnect influencer partner. So there was a contract waiting for me the other night after I went and got, my mom and I, on Labor Day, we went and got like fast food at one place and then dessert fast food at another. And I was working diligently, and I have been since, and we're going on like 6, 7 days. We're more like 2 months, but it like started like getting like more often. And I'm taking like little mini classes online, and I've met a few cool people, and like all virtually, you know, like, oh, you've got a course that looks great, that motivated me, I learned so much, thank you. And I want to prosper from where I'm at. And I am a brand collabs manager for Meta, which is Facebook before, remember, and it still is Facebook. And so that was my first contract, by the way, and I was one of the first people on that brand collabs manager, and I don't even know how many are. So I'm gonna tag influencers, influencer marketing, and all you creators. And by the way, there is a creator group, and there's over 20,000 members, and they like invited me because I have this page at Corin Virtual Coach. And so I could come, I've been making posts, and so I feel good because I'm a part of the community again as far as teaching, because that's kind of all how this like not started, but like ended up before it got to here. Like it was on the way, where I had a website, where I had several websites, but this one was doing really, it was about me, which is really cool. And it was gonna be like a streaming. So basically I had it all set up, and then I was supposed to like not do that and then do something else, because the great spirits and my spirit guides told me there's something else, there's something else. Well, lo and behold, and I had a friend who was like telling me, you know, keep going on Facebook, and I'm like, okay, you know, and then like she just, all our club friends, like 2,500, we were in Palm Springs one day, and she just put them all on there. Jessica Kensinger, if you're watching. So yeah, she's good at marketing. She's a good girl, basically. She worked hard, and I think she met a guy, so she's, you know, sometimes when you meet someone, you're like semi-retired. So what you want to do is you want to get yourself in this open position, and you want to just raise your hands and relax. Everything is about relaxing. Yeah, I've been writing a lot. I wrote like 40 lines for my media kit. It's my email. And I went and I was in the tub. I don't know, are you supposed to use the phone in the tub? I'm not sure about that. You know what's cool? 4s are like really 444, 446, 47. They're all there on the top of the board, and they've been since I started this. Even I almost went on at 444, but I wasn't quite ready. And okay, so I have to grab the tripod and I have to make sure that I'm in the mood to Stretchercise, and I had to clear out the room and I had to create my own space, and I had to get in the middle of the space and I had to take the space over. Well, actually I do own this space, this whole house and the land too. So, you know, I guess that would be a good thing to do, is to like stretch out. And plus I've done that all of my life. So I just want to share this, that you can and you may be able to do this if you take all the precautions to getting there, because you don't want to just do this in the middle of the subway. You know, like somebody's asking to join. Thank you. Although I cannot at this moment. Thank you. So so first of all, I saw this girl hanging out driving. I showed my mom. She had her whole arm and hand hanging out. She was waving in the wind. It was like on a side street. Now I could appreciate that because growing up, it was just a lot safer. There were less cars on the road. And so we used to hang our arm out and feel the wind, you know, riding with the wind, you know. And I could get that, right? But several blocks and she still had her arm out the window. And I just felt like, I think I don't know, I didn't honk, but I was like sending like a message. And usually people will get those messages if you send them, especially if your intentions are good and people are open to receiving. And so I just, you know, of course I wanted to mother her and be like, hey, put your hand back in the car for your own safety and roll up your window, you know? Because you don't know what goes on intersections, right? Like, so anyway, I grew up in when it was safe to do that. And I'm glad I did, because I had an amazing free-spirited life. I used to hike on my bike. It was like a little, I'm an extremist. I've done every extreme sport that there is, except for like shark diving and shit. Like I've tried everything. Surfing, I skateboarded a lot, and I skated also. That was back in Venice Beach. And I also rode a bike down Malibu Canyon and also Temescal Canyon. I can't believe I just remembered that. I hadn't thought about that name of that canyon. That was like hella dangerous. And looking back, I got extremely lucky. Always wear pads, because I did it. And then it also crossed on the bottom of PCH. Man, I can tell you that I've had quite a life, and hopefully that's only half of my life. Like I want like another complete book, just whatever's in front of me, I want it to happen. And the only way I'm gonna get that to happen is by expanding my energy. We must use our imagination. The architect didn't build the building without the blueprint. First was he saw it in his mind, but anything tangible, like blueprints, he had to put that on paper before he built the building. I mean, I know firsthand because I've known a lot of commercial real estate builders. That's basically what you have to do. I've owned enough homes to know if you're going to build something, which I've never built anything, but I do have a notion to build something. I think that would be really great. Like I would love to add on something onto this house, like a pool house, but I just don't know if I'm gonna be here long enough, you know? Like, so all you gotta do is fly. Hi, Patrick. Thanks. I'm enjoying this. Like, you wouldn't believe how nice this is. And I bet you there's people that are trying it. And just remember, like, make sure you tell everyone to skedaddle out of the way and go to their rooms, because you could seriously knock someone out accidentally like this. And so be careful, please. Hi, Erie. How are you? So just now you can do the rolls. Before you did the shrugs, you notice it's taking a long time to get there because you won't literally be able to do them because you'll just be so sore unless you've worked out and done some type of sport or exercise consistently, you know, at least twice, 3 times a week. you will be able to do these. If you don't, and all you do is do work and housework and driving and dishes and laundry and blah, and you're always like this, right? Like a zombie. So if you do this, your whole life will change. You'll just be like, you'll feel empowered. Have you ever noticed, like, this is kind of like, so, well, anyway, have you ever noticed that there's a lot of statues that go like this? That most statues are doing something with their arms in the air. Statuesque, right? Most people are doing this when they stretch because you're used to doing this, and this is the opposite of that, and this is the opposite. And then out and up, and so now you're flying, so you're like out, because before I was dropping them because I'm like, I don't have as much energy. Like something I ate last night wasn't good and I pushed it to the side and it was really embarrassing because it was a sausage. And I'm like, the manager came over and she's like, how's everything? And I'm like, great. And I didn't complain about it, so that's good. But I felt like gross today. So I don't have all my energy. And that's why this is even better, because if you get a stomach something, it will, like a bug or a stomach ache, or you ate something bad. You could swing a little bit, you could swing your arms. That takes a lot of tension. I think you gotta do it when you're ready though. I don't think you should start with swinging. You should start with the like precise moments, the shrugs, and then the shoulder rolls. And you can do 1 and 1, and then 1 and 2 and 2 and 2. As long as you get your posture back, because I've noticed that when I don't Stretchercise, I'm always like leaning, and then that hurts your neck, and I think even your glands, because you're leaning in. So actually the correct posture should be right here. And I know at the beginning of this video, I probably didn't have it, but I was held in shape because I've been running around here for hours, like in between baths, like I do. But normally I'm done. I could just sit down and just do my desk work. See, it's even like, it's almost going on dinner time, and I just keep going. I actually work until 1, 2 in the morning, and it's nothing for me because I'm inspired. So when you're in your space here for Stretchercise, you can do whatever you want. You can raise your knees to your chest. Make sure you're not on something slippery, because now you're on one foot. I suggest a sock on any floor. It grips. Well, I don't walk around barefoot anyway, but actually I got over that fear, and sometimes, because I got the hot towel out and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna wipe the sheets down because it's just freshen it up, you know? So I wasn't so paranoid about it. I like got up and went to the bathroom in the middle of the night barefoot for like the first time ever in my life. Yeah, I will run barefoot on the beach, like every time. But that's the only place I feel comfortable, because I don't want to pick up something in my foot. And things will go in your feet, like worms from the ground, and especially if you're in a humid area. How do I know? Because I've been to Hawaii 28 times. I'm gonna try to go swimming tomorrow for probably a live. Try to get a massage. It's hard to do all these things like all in the same day, but so thanks for watching. Okay, so I'm just doing, so now I'm flying, right? Like, and so I can feel all the energy in my arms, right? And whereas at the beginning of this video, they felt stuck. And the shoulder rolls, I'm doing a lot better. I'm working on holding my shoulders back. And I'm doing that right now. So I can tell you when I walk sometimes, I'm like, oh God, not laundry again. And I'm thinking, you know what? Screw that. Like, you know, work on it. So I was in the tub, like going, oh, you know, pulling on my trapezius and stuff, and just, yep, smooth as a kitten. I could tell you that right now. Like somebody commented like, what happened to your chest? And I'm like, actually, that's all smooth. I don't know, it's freckles. It's freckles. What do you want me to tell you? Okay, now I'm squatting. So the reason I put my hands up is so I can get my balance. Because if you try to keep your arms down here and squat, you could go like this, like down by your side. Oh yeah, I ate a big plate of spaghetti last night. And it didn't agree with me, so I'm bloated. And I don't like that sausage that was on there. I'm like freaking out because it was usually good and now I feel like shit from it. But I took a long bath and I'm cool. So you can walk in place and you're supposed to put your arms down by your side. You could just walk in place. You could run in place too. But I don't want to do too much because my shin, for some reason, it's been sore, like right here. So I had it on my jacuzzi jet tub for like an hour today. I was like, I have 6 jets, so I can move my body however I want and like hit one of the jets. And I always have this pain here. Not always. Like I was having it when I run, so that's not good. And then this is kind of like the helicopter. So you put your legs in one place and you look forward and you just sway from right to left. Thanks for joining my Stretchercise, guys. I miss you and I'm gonna be hanging out a little bit more because I have to create content. That way I can keep going with my career. See? It's manifestation. I have gotten thus far. Thus, the will to gain. Okay, so you could move your hips. You could reach back and go, and then you do like the propeller where it goes 1, 2, and then back, and you really go for a long reach. And then 1, 2, and then reach, and 1, 2, and you want to lift your arms, like when you're reaching, like reach, right? Reach up to those skylights. Reach. My virtual straw. Didn't spill a drop. Okay, let's go. So you're standing there, right? You got your space, nobody's around. You've been doing this for like a half hour. And now you feel like running in place a little more. So you just start running, but this time jog. And I don't feel any pain in my body anywhere. You can also box a little. And you can get your center. This is a good place to get your center lined up. So while you're running in place, you could box. You could box a little spot right there. You can get faster. Make sure you keep your shoulders back and box. It looks like, this is a lot scarier, right? Than this. So this is the boxing position and then you could rotate them, the hand movements. It helps loosen up any kind of like indigestion or bubbles in the center because it's vibrating. They call it vibrational therapy. You can get faster and faster. This is good for this area, like shredding right here. Lord knows I need it. When I eat, everything goes right here. So I'm like, okay, work it out, man. Like this, right? Don't do this at home. I've been doing these for 40 years. You can box with it too, you should. right? That way you can kick their ass. We're talking about an intruder or a criminal who's causing harm on you. And you could, defend yourself. So you could run in place, right? And you could box in place. And you could kick in place. Right? So, have you seen that I did that at a park once? In the Vegas heat? Now you want to squat. You just want to like chill. You can bounce a little. You can go from side to side. There are no rules except be safe. March. Backward. March forward. March backward. March forward. Back forward. Back. Back. Back forward. Hey guys. I'm just putting you like a mirror to my soul. That's what you are. I feel your energy, you're there. Okay. So you want to get into some squat. Okay. You can sway on the way down. If you can't feel your hips yet, because I need to like get my stance. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, left, right. I was doing it backwards. I was so concentrating on the left. Left, right, left. Now grind. Now squat. And lift. And reach. And reach and keep reaching. And just put your head like center. Just put your head center. I feel like there's a whole Stretchercise community out there. And I thank you so much for doing this with me. I feel the energy, it's there. You could reach out and feel it. It's healing. You know why? Because you're going to the furthest that you can. See, we were given this body and this mind by the great Creator, and they want us to feel the space around us because we're actually in space. So we're on a planet Earth, right? So they want us to feel space, Feel it. Work with it. Work with the space. See that? Circular, round motions, pointing the finger and moving the shoulders. That's so good for this whole, deltoid. Whatever. I took that in school. I got all that. I took the regional, which is all states, like all 52, 50, however many states. If you ever noticed, it keeps changing. Like the other day when I looked up how many states there are, it changed. That's not my thing. I'm not into politics at all. Hey guys, if this doesn't motivate you, I don't know what does. Like if I was sitting at my desk and I came across this video, I'd definitely put it on like a podcast. There's no difference between this live Facebook thing I do with Stretchercise than a podcast. like if I would have just called it a podcast every time, then you would have assumed, which is not good, right? Because then we make an ass out of you and me. But you might have thought, wait a minute, this is a podcast, because it is. Because if you go to my Stretchercise playlist, which I apologize, I don't think there's a way to do. But if you like hashtag it, because I made sure I did, Stretchercise, every time I hashtagged it for you, I didn't leave any out. You've got all of them. You've got all the, you could say Corin, gardening with Corin, you could say cooking with Corin, and you could say Stretchercise. And up will come all of my workouts. They're getting more vigorous. No, I'm not as vigorous when I live by myself. This is nothing. But there is someone in this house. And I can't be sure that they're not going to forget. Like right, every time I worked out, I could see. It takes my mom at least a few, if not 20 seconds to get here. Hello. Hello. Hey. So if I was in the background of your video, like a motivational podcast, so while we're here, did you know that if you do something over and over and over and over, and then you keep doing more of it, and then you schedule it in? See, people can relate to that because everybody's about their calendar, right? And by the way, I still haven't ever been able to get the notification, like the chime, you know, any kind of not verbal, but something that I could hear, like a notification, like when you get a text, you hear something, and when it says too that there's a notify, but it's never worked for me. Hey, it's 5:55, how are you guys? So I have to just know what's on my calendar, and I'm constantly, excuse me, water. Add water with honey. I'm constantly adding to my calendar. So, did you know that if you constantly do something, and I've taught this before because this is how I've survived my whole life. If you constantly do something over and over and over and over again, you possess the qualities of diligence, persistence, consistency. And I looked it up because it was consistency that I was saying, but I would always say consistent. But there's also a consistence with an A and an E. It's both. Hey, I guess they're allowed. They print it, it makes it the word law, I guess. And vigilant. So persistent, diligent, consistent, vigilant. Okay, so if you have those four, I repeated them like different ways because there's like the past tense of persistent, which is persistence, like I was saying. And there's also diligent and diligence. And there's consistent and there's consistently, and then there's constant, which is how I've been for like quite a few weeks on a project. Hell, not just a project, my career. So, you know, like I took a lot of time off and I realized, yeah, like I'm ready. And when it hit me, I was just like, wow, this is beautiful. I felt like I was in a canyon with, you know, just a whole path ahead of me with like light shining in and like a horizon and a lake. And I just felt like I was going down a new path, even though I've already been in this industry, and it's time to like learn more. And so I've been doing that and then keep proceeding, right? So I wanted to share those 4 words came to me last night, and I hope they help you. I've been teaching them for a long time, and I have several playlists like winning. I have a playlist called winning, and you can put like #Corin winning, because I know I did a hashtag like that, and you can get one of those. It's like, okay, so there's so many, there's thousands, right? And like basically I have a few virals. One of them's, I think it was up to 20, I keep wanting to say 28 million, because it was like 23 million, and there's another one 18 million, and then the blue robe, that one's at like, I don't know, there's several blue robes, and I still have it. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna like wind down, even though I'm not tired. I could literally bust out. I mean, I'm notorious for doing a workout like that and then just doing another one and then quitting. I might even end this video doing it because I feel like the urge to do the workout, you know? Or actually, I want to do this for like a minute, and then I'm going to put my legs up and I'm going to elevate them. I'm going to show you. Probably not all the way to the foot, but to where you could see. Okay, so there's just like a board there, and of course it's like a door jamb. Of course I'll be washing that. I'm too anal not to. All right, so just, you let your like spine hang, and you let your arms hang, and you try to put your shoulders back. I put it like really high, like the first time, so those bathtub elevations must be doing me really good. Speaking of bath, I'm getting in the bath after this, because this is definitely a workout. So I'm doing the other leg, I'm just elevating it up. And I got pretty high. If you notice, it's kind of straight out. It wasn't down here. Hey people. You wouldn't believe how much energy I have. I also have like a cavity that I didn't even know that I had, and it pretty much wiped me out. Like, I think it explains a lot how like I haven't been showing up at times, because I was out like a light, like on the couch, like out, you know? That went on for, I think it was a few months. Like, I didn't really know it was wrong. I was just trying to figure it all out, and I figured it out all right, and I found the best endodontist in town. I always look at Google reviews and Yelp reviews. So you drop your torso and you let your hands like flail by your side. Anything I do, I look at a Yelp or a Google review. Even like when I go on GPS for food places, I always look to see how many stars it got on Google, on GPS. Your torso's straight, and your shoulders are back, and your arms are just flailing beside you. I think it's so cool because I wanted to do a video on talking about influencer marketing, and today was like an intro, so I'm going to make sure I tag a few people, because let me just say that I know for a fact, because I've been in all these, I am in the groups, you know, and it's like, it's practically public, but it's not, it's for creators and admins. So it's like meta admins and then creators, and you have to be invited, you have to be a part of the creator program. And so I've been doing this since last year, and it's really fun, and I get to speak my mind, which is really cool. So I got my lucky stones down here. Look at the chief. I'll create a post and they'll approve it and they'll put it in there, and then And I know I'm sweaty because I've been working out for those people that just got here, but yeah. And then I'll, they're all educational, like my posts, because I just want to educate people on all the platforms, that are available that I have, and that I've been given. Ooh, there's his face. You see that? That's the chief. Ooh, even his eyes sparkled. That I was given the opportunity from Meta, all the monetization platforms. And yeah, this is cool. I'm going to title, because I put the description when I start, but then you can add it. You need to add a title. You should, because you should go in and do the editing, and then you should always do the editing because there's options available to you. Like, for instance, I see a lot of creators get things stolen from them, and it's because they're not going into their studio from the laptop. You can't do it on your phone, and so that's why they don't even know these features are available. But you have to go to your studio, and you have to go in there, and you have to toggle these options, because I guarantee you that people wouldn't be able to embed your videos if you were given the option, and I know Meta does, to actually shut that. You could toggle it off. You could say embedding, allow embedding, or don't allow embedding, okay? So, I'm sweating. Let's see. See, because I can download this video and just cut this part off too. And I know a lot of people are interested in what I do, so. So yeah, about the embedding. So, if you would have toggled, some studios don't offer that to you. So, people do have ways of bootlegging your stuff. Even they could get around the embedding thing. Because they have like machines that'll just like copy content. So anyway, but yeah, a lot of creators do get ripped off, and I feel for them, and I know that you should just start over basically if that happened. That would be my best advice, because now that page would be encrypted. So just start with a brand new page, maybe even a whole new profile, to be honest, because once they get the profile, that's it. And I don't know, I just drink purified water. If I showed the brand, I didn't mean to, because this is not sponsored, this video. We are just doing Stretchercise, and we're talking about influencer marketing, because there is such a huge demand. It took me 3 weeks when I was ready to find, and I found a creator who not only speaks of it intelligently, but also did it after his other professional life, and then became an agent, and then continued on with the sponsorship for him and his family. They all were doing it. And so when he speaks, he's like speaking from experience. And it took me so long to find that. And I put in the right keyword, and it was like 3 a.m, like several nights ago. And there it was. And it just helped me so much. And so I guess my point of that is, I can create thank you everybody, I can create a course, right? Obviously. I mean, not only from my acting career as a young child, and my family was producers, but just imagine my whole life, I've been somewhere within a camera of a few feet, right? So, okay, so I am experienced with that, and there's so many things that I could teach creators. And I could do it like 2 ways, okay? Hey guys, I could just give it away as I go, and I feel like I've been doing that, which is really good, because did you know that we're here to help people? And I can't tell you how big my success has been. It has. I'm like, like I'm hungry for more success, because it's really good. It's really, really good. This TV is putting like a purple light on my face. And did you know that if you consistently do something over and over and over and over again, that something will work out of that? Something will manifest from it. It will materialize, and it's not always going to be the thing. Thanks, guys. I love you. It's not always going to be the thing that you thought, like, for instance, what my success looks like, I get to do a video next time when I do a lotion video. It's not just for me and you, but it's also for a sponsor, right? I would love that. And I know who I want to work with. And I actually put it in the group when the admin asked me in the comments. And I'm like, I want to work for this shoe company and this natural soap company. And I told her the name, because it's just in the group. And maybe they'll see it and call me. That would be wild. But if they don't, I'm going to be calling them. And that's the first step. And I'm not going to teach anymore because a lot of you guys are here for the Stretchercise. But I'm giving you the formula. And I'm also going to have a course because a lot of people, they're not going to be able to find all my little hints along the way unless you've been watching. And I appreciate you if you are. And if you haven't, I will make a course because I feel like a few people have asked. And I think that would be a good idea. Put it in the comments if you would like to take even a little course. Like, I'm not even going to break your bank. I'm just going to be like, hey, let's take these little mini courses. Like, here's where you start. Here's what you do on day 2. Here's what you do on day 3, 4, next month, a month. More like a schedule, right? Because, like, we relate to schedules, don't we? So it's like, hey, this in my mind, I'm just doing this. This is my schedule because I love it, because I feel I'm destined, and I want to teach, and I want to give things away. Because can I tell you, when I was giving more away, I literally, there was someone in the camera, so I was making sure no one was on my side of the property. So when I was giving things away, like more, which I'm still generous. Like, I'll hand a homeless person $20. I'll drop it because it's illegal to give it to them. So I'll accidentally drop it and they'll accidentally find it. And so I was doing astronomical, okay? Astronomical, okay? And you guys, nobody even knew, right? And you won't know next time either because I'm already doing it, see? So I don't need to announce. You know why? I don't need to announce when I'm making like $27,000 a month. I don't need to tell you because there were months when I made $2,000. There were months when I made $4,000. There were months when I made $15,000. There was a month, and in that 30-day period, which was in the middle, it was coincidental because it like all happened from like mid-August to mid-September, or was it July to September? But it was every day. And so they used to have it in the studio where you could see how much you were making per day. It was averaging it out. And I remember calling my mom until I went and got her, and now she's living with me. Oh my God, I'm making $100 today. I'm making $200 a day. I'm making $300 a day. I'm making $400 a day. And this was going up every day. On some days, it would go up like a whole $1,000, right? It got up to $27,000 is what I made from one mid-month to 30 days later, mid-month. That's what I netted as a creator, as an influencer. That just makes me want to jog in place, get that circulation going. So the reason I want to teach a course is not because I want your money. Like, I would like to be paid though. So maybe I'm going to make it like on a donation basis because I know some of you have money and some of you don't, and some have more than others. So, and then, that keeps it authentic because, I do want to teach because did you know that the niche that I'm in, right? Like social media creator, the influencer, there's a lot of those people. And did you know that the more lucrative an industry becomes, the more inundated with the same thing over and over and over and more, it becomes an empire, it becomes bigger, it becomes people get accustomed. They get used to saying, hey, I know that you stay home and take care of your mom, Corin, and that you were doing this even when you didn't have her, and that you were making $27,000 a month and now you're not because you take care of your mom, and I recognize you and I'm rich and I want to donate to your influencer thing. See? Oh, thanks, Patrick McCanny. You're so sweet. But aren't you already a subscriber? If not, because I do have subscriber group for Facebook, and then on my YouTube at Corin Virtual Coach, I have members. So I have subscribers. That's a private, I pretty much do the same thing, but it's more one-on-one. It's just you and me and then anyone else who's in the group that jumps in. But normally there's only 1 or 2 people in there. It's really cool. I think I've been able to say hi to everybody individually. It's been very nice. And then, so I got members on YouTube and I got subscribers. So don't get confused because YouTube has subscribers that are free and Facebook has followers that are free, right? Even though you're my followers and you're also my friend, and some of you are like to be referred to as my fan. That's been going on since I've been a model and an actress, so that's fine. If you like me to call you a fan, some of you refer to yourselves as fans. I consider you my friends. So that leads me to, there's a hair there. Thank you for following me on Facebook, and thank you for the subscribers on YouTube. And also, if either one of those, you want to press those other buttons like join, send stars, then what I do with those is I actually support myself because I want to stay with this career. And there's been some bumps, trust me, and they were out of my hands, and I can't get into it because I have several contracts, and so I'm not allowed. But I could tell you it hasn't been easy, and people owe me a lot of money, okay? But you know what I decided to do? I decided to just keep rolling with it, baby. You know why? Because I'm like a founder. A lot of this stuff, I was on the ground level, if not the one that caught the wave, So I'm just here. It doesn't feel any different to me, although I do feel I'm in the next chapter of my book. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Thank you. Hi, Michael. Thank you for the stars, dear. Oh. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. Thank you. I love you. No. Thank you, Michael. I'm loving it while I'm live. Mwah. Thank you. Yeah, so no, I'm not this isn't a pity party. I'm telling you that literally I went from rags to riches. I've always been an entrepreneur. And I've had several businesses, and I've worked at my desk just as much as I do. That's why it doesn't feel any different, because it's always been a lot. I do like to work. It's my thing. Yay. That's why I'm good at motivating you to work. You know that? Because even if you don't want to be motivated, it's just good for the soul to open your mind and think about other things what do I want to do? I was thinking that earlier. It was deep before I went on the camera. It would have been too deep to just bring it up, but now that it came up, it's what makes you happy? I could literally cut this video into several things. I could have a creating your space video. I could have a Stretchercise video. I could have a creator influencer marketing video. And now I can have a what makes you happy video. That's 4 parts. 4 parts that this video, in conclusion. Sandra, thank you for myself to hear about it. Yeah, my self-success, yes. I could tell you this wasn't overnight, okay? None of it. And you know what? It all, thank you, Patrick, you too. It all led into the other. And if you are an artist, if you're a coach, if you're an influencer, if you're an actress, an actor, a model, if you're a speaker, if you're a motivational speaker, if you are a doctor, any kind of career at all, actually. And it just applies to everything. It applies to everything, what I'm about to tell you, okay? Consistency is key. Like, I just handed you a key. Here, dear. Here. I literally handed you a key to the question. We just unlocked. That guy's still there in the yard. I hear a tapping. We just unlocked the key. Consistency. And you know it, and I know it. And I would be sitting there like at dinner, like several times with my mom. And I had that cavity, so it was wearing me down, and I didn't know what was wrong with me. Like, am I not motivated, or am I just dying or something? Baby. She's crying. But once I got that out, like I found a specialist, an endodontist, and they like went in and like cleaned it out. And I just feel like myself again. I'm definitely myself. Carlos. Uh-oh. Hold on. This thing doesn't let you. Hold on. Don't cry, baby. Okay. Thanks, guys, for being patient. You know what sucks? I think some comments show up in the live feed, even though you swept it away. Hopefully that's gone. Okay, so it's basically in one ear and out the other, because I modeled and acted all my life, and we literally had people following us on the Autobahn in Germany, and our manager said, the guy that he managed the talent in Germany, and he said, watch this, guys, and we went from 145 miles per hour from the fast lane to the exit and lost the stalker. It was actually my friend's stalker. And he took great pictures. Thanks, Kathy. It's like the elephant in the room, huh, Kathy? We didn't even have to say his name. I have so much fun with you guys. Yeah, where, Sandra? Where was I an actress, and were you an actress? Yes and yes. I lost interest in acting. I started getting more into social media. It was just a calling. It's just, hey, I'm illuminating. Okay, so we're concentrating on what makes you happy, right? So believe me, I didn't forget. We got 4 segments to this video. We got creating your space. We got Stretchercise. That's 2. And then the third one, we did social media influencing. Of course we did, because that's all I've been doing. So of course I'm going to speak of that, because I noticed there's literally virtually nobody, hardly anybody. There's a few people out there that are speaking on this topic from experience. And what I want to do is I want to like collaborate with some artists who are also at the beginning level, not of influencing, because I'm definitely not a beginner at that. I'm actually a macro influencer. And there's like different stages, like there's micro. And so if you have like 1,000 to 10,000 followers, then you're micro. If you have 10,000 to 100,000, then you're the next stage. And then if you have 100,000 to, believe it or not, 1 million, it's a wide range. Then I have over 300,000. So on Facebook, Meta, so that's macro. And then the biggest one is mega. And that's the fourth one, which is over 1 million and plus, okay? See, I could teach on this subject. That's how much I read, you know. I attribute it all to reading, you know. Like, I'll take the credit for it because I actually sat and read. Although, there's always more to read. You have to keep learning if you want to know about something. Okay, Ryan, hi baby, would you date a younger man? And you spelled it wrong. Okay, so my mind isn't there, and I'm not going to answer that question. I'm more thinking about what makes you happy. What makes me happy? What makes me happy? I'm looking because the cameras, there's movement. Okay, what makes me happy? I like to go to a casino, although I shouldn't because it is too much smoke and it's too time consuming, and so therefore I don't. What else? I don't know if anything else makes me happy besides being in a relationship, which I'm not. And so if I am, then from my past, it did make me happy. So there's probably something there that's missing in my life. And although I don't have time because I do help out with my family, so I really don't have time for a relationship. And so I just do me, which is more of my career. But I always take time off. I go to the bath for like an hour or two, and I put the water to where you can't like slide down, and I just like close my eyes. I don't fall asleep, but I just allow myself to like fall into the bottom of the tub and just release all the energy. That makes me happy. Stretchercise makes me happy. Sometimes cooking, I have to be in the mood. And gardening. I like to garden more than I can because there's too much sun. And then the climate I live in, it's killing all my plants. It's kind of depressing. So I'm going to wait to do gardening. And what else? And the beach makes me happy. Palm trees. Having an open schedule, which is good. That's why I prosper in this business, because I always think of it like a vacation. So even when I'm shooting, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be fun, this is gonna be informative. We're gonna reach some people here. It's gonna be encouraging. It's going to be a good time, right? You think to yourself, I'm gonna have a great life, right? We always try to think the best. Today is the best day. I'm having the best time. You always want to tell yourself you're having a good time, even if you're not. So, always keep a positive outlook, right? And that's what I'm all about. So what makes me happy? I'm trying to think, what does me, friends make me happy, of course. I have a few precious friends. They make me happy. And then I have thousands and millions of friends online. And I've met maybe about 25,000 of you in real life. So there's a lot of you, and you're always running through my head, and I'm happy, and thank you. That's one of the things, actually, that makes me happy, like you wouldn't believe. Oh my gosh. See, we got to what makes me happy. I hope it opened up you and your senses as to what makes you happy. You don't have to like hit yourself over the head with it. Like, if you can't think of anything right now, it's okay. Later, when you're happy, you'll realize it. I love you, and I hope that you have a good Stretchercise session where you're able to just like stretch out and like put your arms out and like put them up and just let go. Let go. Let the great spirit, let your spirit guides show you the way to success and love. I love you very much from the bottom of my heart. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Mwah, mwah. Thank you.